It is now a felony crime to perform an abortion in the state of North Dakota. Violating the state law comes with up to 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. They now join 12 other states who have enacted total abortion bans since Roe was overturned. The law contains exceptions if the mother's life is in danger, which we've talked about is a completely pointless exception. And victims of rape and incest are only eligible to have an abortion in the first 6 weeks of pregnancy, which, as you and I know, because we're smart, is before a lot of women even know they're pregnant. But I think for these people who are against abortion, there's this common misnomer that these women and girls have been sitting around for 6 weeks and one day they're just like, you know what? I thought I wanted to be pregnant, but today I don't. And to be clear, I'm totally fine with that. When, where, how, none of my business. Her body, her choice. But let's break down this myth anyway. First, my credentials. Doctor? No. Woman? Yes. Pregnancy? Absolutely. I endured it. Terminal stages. 6 weeks pregnant doesn't mean she's been pregnant for 6 weeks. It means it's been 6 weeks since the first day of her last period. And if anyone just got squeamish with me saying period, you need to leave. Because if you can't talk about periods, you don't get a vote. Unless you're on my side, then I'll still give it to you. That's how pregnancy is medically measured. Doctors start the clock before a woman even ovulates, before she can even conceive. Here's the timeline in super simple terms. And I know people are still going to be confused by this. Period starts, not pregnant. 2 weeks later, she ovulates. Conception. Another 2 to 3 weeks, and the pregnancy hormone has risen enough that a test can actually detect it. So when a doctor says she's 6 weeks pregnant, she's only been pregnant for about 3 to 4 weeks. And she's likely only missed 1 period. I just realized how messy my car looks. That's why women don't know. They're not just sitting around for 6 weeks going, do I want to? Do I not? I can't decide. They need time for their bodies to show obvious signs, enough for them to think, hey, maybe I should take a pregnancy test. Periods aren't always super consistent. And especially when we're talking about cases of rape or incest and we're saying you have to have an abortion within the first 6 weeks. Those are extremely traumatic events. You're telling me that you're going to give this girl or woman 2 to 3 weeks to accomplish all of that and prove that they were raped? If a woman comes forward or a girl comes forward and says, I was raped, they're asking her to prove it before she can have an abortion. I'm going to make a part 2 about my own pregnancy loss story and give a realistic timeline of what an abortion looks like in those cases. I'm going to make it a part 2 because I'm going to hit the 3-minute mark and Instagram won't show you my video. And I also want people to decide if they think that topic is triggering. So part 2, pregnancy loss. Let's go.